Alright, time for the double Jeopardy now.
$400 to $2,000.
We have 2 daily doubles in this round of play. And the categories are
Oscar winners of yore. Playing Possum. Minority Report. I Want to Be. Name the Poet. And vocabulary.
And where are we starting?
All right, let's get back into this.
Vocabulary for 400.
The name of this extinct critter comes from words meaning terrible lizard. Yes, player one?
What is dinosaur?
That is correct.
Vocabulary for 800.
All right, this term for a mechanical human comes from a Czech word for forced labor.
Mechanical
yes,
human.
Player one.
What is robot?
That's right. Way to go.
Vocabulary for 1200, please.
Bumbershoot is Brit speak for one of these. It's player one.
What is an umbrella?
That is correct.
Vocabulary for 16.
Please. He's an angel is a metaphor. Smart as a whip is one of these comparisons. Okay, player one.
What is a simile? Yes. And vocabulary for 2000.
Player one. The name of this science is from the Greek for the study of animals. Here's what we were looking for.
And that would be zoology. Alrighty. I want to be for 400.
One of these dancers, so I'm practicing my arabesques and pirouettes so I can perform with the Kirov. Yes, player one?
What is a ballerina?
Right.
I want to be for 800, please.
We read one of these from the Greek for star sailor, like John Glenn or Buzz Aldrin. It's player one.
What is an astronaut?
Yes.
1200, same category.
Player one. One of these, and deal with the health problems of vicunas, pintos, and Great Danes. It's player one.
What is a veterinarian?
Good for you.
1600.
Player one.
Answer. One of the 2 daily doubles.
Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. And
alright, I will go for 3200.
Wager. And the daily double clue, like Martin Luther King and the Dalai Lama, and be honored with this humanitarian prize given in Oslo.
What is the Nobel Peace Prize?
That puts you even further ahead.
And finish the category.
Player one. This, from the Greek for straight, and make some big bucks correcting crooked teeth with braces. Okay, player one.
What is an orthodontist?
Good.
Alright.
Select again.
How about playing possum for 400?
Like wombats and bandicoots, possums are members of this group of about 270 species. It's player one.
What are marsupials?
Hey, you're right.
Possum for 800?
Player one. Chuck Berry knows this sweet little number of days is the typical gestation period of a possum.
What is 16?
Yes, player one. That's correct.
Playing possum for 1200?
Player one. Stick to it. In 1948, this Walt Kelly possum hit the funny pages. Yes, player two.
Snoopy?
Sorry.
No, not that. It's not Snoopy.
Any other takers?
Besides, Snoopy's a beagle.
Here's the correct response. Pogo.
Pogo. Playing possum for 16.
Player one. Australia and New Guinea are home to the 5 species of this type of possum that may weigh as little as a quarter of an ounce. Let's hear it, player one.
What is the pygmy possum?
That's right. Way to go.
And let's finish up the category.
Player one. The flying possum doesn't fly. Well-developed flaps of skin along its flanks have it known by this 6-letter term. Here's what we were looking for. The glider.
A glider, okay.
You get to pick again, player 1.
Minority Report for 4.
A 1936 dissent by Justice Stone accused 6 other justices of a tortured construction of this document. Let's hear it, player 1.
What is the Declaration of Independence?
That's not it.
No.
Any other takers? It's player 2.
Constitution. Okay, it was one or the other, and I chose the wrong one again.
Selection, please, as we continue. In his first major case as Chief Justice, he found himself in the minority in 2006 as Oregon's assisted suicide was okayed. Here's what we wanted. John Roberts.
John Roberts.
You get to pick again, player 2. Justice Brennan, dissenting in Paris Adult Theater v. Slayton, said this quality is too vaguely defined to regulate. Here's what we wanted. Obscenity.
Obscenity, okay.
You again, player 2.
Name the poet for 400.
The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. It's player 1.
Who's Emily Dickinson?
That's not it.
No, that's not right either.
Anyone else care to try to come
Going
up with a
backwards,
response?
but I've still got a big lead.
The correct response is Maya Angelou.
Oh, it was Maya Angelou. Okay.
You get to pick again, player 2.
Name the poet 800.
Wee sleekit cowrin timorous beastie, oh what a panic's in thy breastie. The correct response is Robert Burns.
Robert Burns, okay.
Player 2, back to you. Justice Holmes dissented when seditionist Jacob Abrams' conviction was upheld, saying he didn't pose this type of danger. It's player 2.
Clear and Pleasant? Yeah, that's it. That was a
Player
movie
2,
title. I should
back
have.
to you.
So should have
Justice
known.
Harlan was an
That.
honorable one-man minority in the 1896 decision Plessy v. Him. Here's the correct response. John Ferguson.
John Ferguson, okay.
Player 2. Pick again.
Name the poet for 1200.
There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared." Here's the response we were looking for. Edward Lear.
Edward Lear, okay.
Select again.
Name the poet for 16, and the answer there is the other Daily Double.
Daily Double. You're in second place, so what is your weight?
1200.
How much? Answer this. A little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep, or taste not the Pierian spring.
Alexander Pope, that's the one. She's at the
You get to pick
4600.
again, player 2. John Ford directed this Verdant 1941 winner about a Welsh mining family. Here's the correct response. How green was
How
my
green was
valley?
my valley?
Player 2. Pick again. Greer Garson survives a Luftwaffe attack and the annual flower show as the title misses in this film.
Ugh. I don't think I've heard of these movies. And my camera battery's running
Yes,
low,
player
but
3.
hopefully I can finish this.
That is correct.
Mrs. Miniver was who we needed there. Player three's out of the hole.
You're in command of the board as we continue, right? Jimmy Stewart as Buttons the Clown upstages Charlton Heston in this three-ring affair from 1952.
I'll give it a try.
Let's hear it, player one.
What is the greatest show on earth?
Yes.
Yes. Oscar winners of your for 16.
Player one. Alcoholic Ray Milland is reminded that one's too many and 100's not enough in this film. Player two.
Lost Weekend.
That's correct.
Yep.
Player two. Where do we start? Gregory Peck gets the scoop on anti-Semitism in this film adapted by Moss Hart. Okay, player two.
Gentleman's Agreement.
That's right.
That's the one. Last clue.
Now let's take a look at that $2,000
I just need player two to not ring in on this,
Only with
and we'll have a
thine
lock
eyes,
game.
And I will pledge with mine. Okay, player two.
Of course I don't get what I want. Ben Johnson.
I'll
Alright.
see you all for Final Jeopardy.
Player 3 is 200, player 2 is 10,200, I have 20,200. It is not quite a runaway.
Landmarks.
Landmarks is the Final Jeopardy category.
So, what's your wager?
I'll risk 1,800.
And now the final clue. The quote, "with malice toward none," is on the wall of his Washington, D.C. memorial.
Who is Abraham Lincoln?
And your response? Sorry,
It's not George
that
Washington.
response will drop
And by the way,
your
because
score.
my camera battery's running low, I can't let the music play out.
What did you put as your response? And this
Yeah, it's the Lincoln Memorial,
How much to
and
your
she
score?
risks 10,005, so she has a $5
Did you
lead
come up
over
with
me.
the correct response?
I said Abraham Lincoln,
And this correct response?
and I had 1,800, so that's a $22,000 payday for Frankie.
You've come out ahead as our champion, player two.
And we will see you for the next segment, folks. By the way, the next segment is going to be the last one. I'll mention that right now.